A few days ago, Ian in London posted another fantastic video. His videos are always high quality. And this one was about the drone rules in 2025. It's an easy guide on where and how to fly in the UK. And as usual, Ian presented it in an easy to follow but very thorough manner. And I recommend that you go to Ian in London's video and watch it. I will leave a link in the description of this video to Ian's video. But after watching it, I noticed that there was a slight error in one thing that Ian said, and it's understandable. Ian was talking about the CAA rules in the UK, and that's fine. Here in Scotland, we follow the UK rules the same as you do in England and Wales and Northern Ireland. However, Ian mentioned in his video that to take off and land a drone, you have to have a landowner's permission in the UK. That's not quite right, and I'm sure Ian's now aware of this. Scotland has its own very unique rules called the Land Reform Scotland Act 2003, which allows us in Scotland to go onto private land for any recreational or educational purpose. Recreational can include flying a drone, and educational can include making a video about the history, heritage of Scotland, or the geography of Scotland, or the foliage, the animals of Scotland. So it's slightly different in Scotland. You're actually allowed to take off and land without a landowner's permission. And it's even further than that. Many landowners in Scotland will put up signs that say private land, no public access. That's actually an offence to erect a sign like that. And you can have that sign, as a public person in Scotland, you can have that sign taken down because it's not a legal sign and it's actually an offence to post a sign like that in Scotland. It's also an offence for any landowner in Scotland to make access to their land impossible. So if they erect gates with barbed wire, that restricts your freedom to enter their land, that's an offence as well. Different in England, but in Scotland it's a very unique law, and that allows us in Scotland here the ability to take off and land on private ground where you can't actually do that in England. You can physically do it, but if the landowner asks you to leave in England, you must leave. In Scotland, they cannot even ask you to leave the land, okay? For all other CA regulations, i.e. the height you can fly, visual line of sight, restricted areas, we follow the same rules here in Scotland as they do in the whole of the UK. One other thing I have to mention is that there are a few restrictions in Scotland regarding the right to roam, which is the Land Reform Scotland Act 2003. And that is that you have you have the freedom, as I just said, to go into private land other than someone's garden or a newly sown field with newly sown crops, or a quarry that's extracting minerals, or anywhere that you have to pay an admission price to go on. You can go on if you pay the admission price, but if they have a policy that doesn't allow, they don't allow drone flying, then you must abide by that, because otherwise they can ask you to leave because it's you've paid permission to go on. Other than that, you can come to Scotland and go into anyone's private land, take off, land and fly your drone, as long as you stay within the CAA regulations of height, visual line of sight, and not flying in restricted areas. So I hope that cleared up any little bits of wondering that anyone had if the laws are different in Scotland regarding drone flying as they are in the rest of the UK. Yes, they are. So thanks for watching. Wee thumbs up for me, wee thumbs up for Ian in London. Cheerio the now.